Hi everyone, today we're going to have a look at the feature introduced in HTML5, which is called History API, and two methods called pushState and popState. Now what these two methods allow us to do. PushState, which is the main one we're going to be focusing on, because popState only allows us to basically go back and forth using the browser buttons. But pushState, what does is allowing us to use Ajax to load the content of the page without reloading the entire page itself. We all know how important it is, obviously, to have a fast website performing well, basically, so we don't have, and you know how long it takes sometimes to load the page, all the images on the page, of the template, the entire template, and so on. So have a look at what it does. I'm going to click on this second link here. You can see that the content has faded out of the left column, and the main content of the page has faded out, and the new content has faded in. We also changed the URL, but have a look at this counter. It didn't reset. I've done this counter using JavaScript, so it's basically continuously adding one every second. So as you can see, the page did not reload. The only thing that has reloaded is the content, which is inside of the left container and the right container. Again, I'm clicking on the next link. You can see the URL has changed and the content has changed, but the counter is still moving on. So basically, the page does not reload. We only take the content, either it's from the database or it's from the static files, which is what we're going to be using for the purpose of this exercise, and it loads, replaces the content basically on the page. But the template does not need to be reloaded. So obviously, what we gain here is the performance, because obviously our content is going to load much quicker. We also can use obviously this fading in, fading out. You can do sliding, whatever other effect you want to do, because we are using JavaScript obviously to do all this. In this specific tutorial, we're going to be using jQuery as well to obviously help us a little bit with some of the features, and that's it. But now the important bit is obviously we can now reload this page using the same URL, and as you can see, the counter has obviously reset itself, and the page still stays the same, so the content stays as it was. So practically what we're doing, we clicking on these links, the URL changes, so if someone wants to copy this link and send it to someone else, they will still see the correct content. So it's a fantastic new feature, basically, which allows us to obviously do much more with the content, speed up the obviously loading of the page, of the content of the page, and obviously is SEO friendly. So now that we know what we're going to be building, one thing before we move to the next video is that this unfortunately does not work in Internet Explorer version up to 9. Version 10 of Internet Explorer is supposed to be supporting this. So all other browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Opera, they do support this feature. However, Internet Explorer, as usual, is a little bit behind. So so that's all you obviously need to know before we move to the next video.